right, welcome back. So, talked about skydiving, it being life changing. I had asked you, what life changing event have you, decision have you made? I let you know that mine was going skydiving. So, one of the things that taking the plunge, maybe I shouldn't use plunge, taking the step to go skydiving, it did something once I hit the ground. One thing it did, it allowed me to conquer my fear of heights. I'm here to tell you, scared of heights. But when I pulled up and went to the desk, there were three heights that you could jump: 12,000 feet, 15,000 feet, and 18,000 feet. Which one did you think that I was going to do? That's right, the smallest one, 12,000 feet. That was enough to allow me to say that I did a thing and I conquered my fear. But when Mike arrived, that wasn't sufficient. That wasn't going to be enough for him. And trust me, I tried. You go ahead, I'm going to do this, and I'll see you when you get down. Nope. Goal was 18,000 feet. Yes, I jumped out of a plane, tandem, somebody on my back, 18,000 feet. One thing about making that life-changing decision, I had to face my fears. And far too many times, it's so easy to ignore your fears in hopes that they'll go away. Because if you don't face your fears, we all think if I don't address it, it'll leave. Like something happens, like that pink elephant, green elephant, purple elephant, blue elephant, I don't care. The elephants in the room, because something happens and you know you need to address it, but you don't. Listen, if you don't address it, it's not going anywhere. It's still going to be there. You're still going to have to deal with the consequences of not addressing what the situation is. So jumping out of the plane, going skydiving, it allowed me to face my fears. So making a life-changing situation and following through will allow you to face your fears. It'll allow you not to be able to ignore them and hoping that they'll go away. I just want you to know that not facing the fear doesn't mean that it's not going to go away. It just means that it's there and it's going to return. It's going to return. I just want to say reappear. Return. It's going to reappear, and it usually pops up in the moment where you're not ready for it. When you decide to face your fears, you know at that particular point in time, once you face it, it can't get you any longer. Your life is changing. That's why I call it a life-changing situation. When you face your fears, you're deciding to take back control over your life. And that's just not for skydiving. That's just in anything. If you're scared to travel on a plane, when you do it, you'll feel refreshed, energized, because you conquered something that has been holding you back for so long. So one of the things, there's two things that skydiving did for me. And this is just the facing the fear. It allowed me I had to let go of control, and I had to actively face what the fear was. I had to let go of control, and I had to actively face the fear. Let me explain. So it's a process when you go skydiving. You have to watch a video. You get to see them put the parachutes, get everything together. You have to strap up. They explain everything to you. And because I'm not certified, you go skydiving tandem. So you have a certified skydiver on your back. So you have to let go of control, because you don't pull the ripcord, they do. So if you have control issues, go skydiving. It'll help you work on your control issues. It'll actively allow you to face your fears too. But the whole process of getting the gear on and walking to the plane, being on the plane, watching everybody go before you. And one of the things that was awesome, and I can say this now because I've done it, and of course I'm here. I know when you have fear, you fear change, and that the fear of change, because you're going to have to do something different, it holds you back. Change is going to require you to push outside of your comfort zone. Change is going to require you to push forward. It's going to require you to push outside of your comfort zone. But what I'll tell you is, the reward change affords you is well worth it. So we're up on a plane, and people are going, and it's like, on count of 3, we're going to go. But so there's somebody behind you, so you have to scoot forward to get to the the open door. And he was like, all right, on 3 we're going to go. So he was like, 1, 2, out the door. And like 3, I am out the plane, and I'm like, he's like, what are you supposed to do? I was like, I don't know. What did they tell you to do? And in that moment, I remembered, you kick your hands up, you kick your feet out, and you're just in the air. And I relaxed. In the air, 18,000 feet up. And the view that I saw, oh my gosh, it was phenomenal. It's one of those things that, people say they can't explain something, you just have to experience it. It was phenomenal. But in that moment, things began to play back into my head. I was scared, and I'm here. When my feet hit the ground, I realized that I was unstoppable, because I just jumped 18,000 feet. And I got a certificate to show that I did it. You couldn't tell me anything. And where I was at that point in my life, that was just something that added to the confidence tool belt. I was looking for a couple things at that point in time. I was looking, I felt that I was a little bit comfortable, or that I may have reached the peak of my personal development journey. But in that moment, it was as simple as, I was scared of something. I started it and I completed it. I started it and I completed it. How many times can you, if you can agree, if you can be honest with you, that we start something but we don't complete it because we don't complete it because it's totally foreign and it's going to require us to do something that is outside of our normal. We don't complete it because we looked at it and it's like, oh, I can't do that. It was, I don't have a frame of reference of what that looks like. So my wife and I, we created, we have a business, Regroup for Change, REGROUP, the number 4, change. And it helped the business because like I was confident. So I thought. I realized that I had been wearing a mask in reference to my confidence when it came to building the business, because I was scared. I was fearful of, what are people going to say? I was scared to follow through on what my coach had said needs to happen, what it is that you need to do. And I would get to a point and I'd be like, I can't do that, and just be stagnant. Let me make it just a little bit clearer. How many of you have shared a dream or passion with somebody and they shot you down? They told you, you crazy, you can't do that. Why would you do that? Yeah, you might need to rethink that idea. Do you really think that thing, or that you can do it? Like, do you really think that? So in that moment when you share that idea with that wrong person, who was responding out of their fear of not doing it or wanting to do it or being able to do it, if that's the thing that's going to get you started, you stop. If that's the thing, if you're in it and you're looking for some advice, guess what happens? You self-sabotage whatever it is that you're doing. In that moment, your fears have become the reason for you not moving forward, for you not continuing, for you not getting started. It's pretty much, you were like, dreaming goals be gone. And it's dreaming goals be gone because you've gone to the wrong person. You can't expect somebody who is fearful to help you through your fear of. If somebody is terrified of heights and they lack follow through and they lack vision and they are not adventurous, going to that person and saying, yeah, I'm about to go skydiving, they're going to talk you down before you even get on the plane. They're going to tell you all of their fears. And if you have the wrong mindset, you will let those fears impede on what it is that you thought, that you said, that you had decided you were going to do. Just think back. You said you were going to lose weight and somebody told you, nah, you're not going to be able to do that. Or better yet, you said that I'm going to walk every day for 10 minutes. And they were like, you can't do that. And it's not until you do it and you begin to see that what they said, their information was false, and how you feel, and you have momentum, that you realize that you can do anything you put your mind to. Just take time and think about all of the things that you've said to people that have told you it can't happen, it won't happen because, you don't need to do that because, all of the negative things. And think back to all of those things that you've actually followed through on and made happen. I'm going to be generous and I'm going to say it's 50-50. We all know that it's not. But the next time you want to do something, the next time you want to conquer a fear, That's why they say you don't share your dreams and goals with everybody, because everybody doesn't feel the same way that you feel about your dreams and your goals. So skydiving, going skydiving, did a couple things, but I want you to don't get stuck on, and I hope that you're still here on this is about skydiving, because it's not just about skydiving, it's about things in your life. So here are a couple things that skydiving had me address. Skydiving it put me in a place to meet the real me. If I got God on my side, why am I scared of anything? Some people may say, well, jumping out of what I've heard, what people have said to me is, that was stupid. So you paid to jump out a perfectly good plane. Sure did. But what I got from that experience allowed Oliver to see Oliver for who Oliver has always been, and was scared to move forward to meet. There's nothing like, and I want you to hear me, there's nothing like completing something that you didn't think that you could do and seeing yourself a whole lot different. It's like getting a promotion. It's like getting a compliment from your boss who you don't think sees you. It allows you to meet the real you because you put in that work. You faced that fear. You did what it is that you needed to do in order to get the recognition, in order to feel good about yourself, because you were able to show up and meet the real you. The next thing that it did, I had to face/conquer my fear of heights. I had to face/conquer my fear of heights. We're all scared of something. And it's not until we take that next step to address, to face, conquer, whatever the word is you want to put in there, that fear, that we're able to move forward, build momentum, and face another one. How many of you know when you do a thing and you follow through on a thing and you complete a thing, it gives you a sense of fulfillment that sometimes you can't explain, but that fulfillment is the driving thing that you need to push you forward to the next thing. I don't know about you, but you can do whatever you want to do. You can also make an excuse to not do the things that you need to do. You can make an excuse to not do the very thing that you need to do, that is going to give you the momentum, that is going to build your confidence, so you can move forward, so you can complete the next dream or goal or your purpose. The third thing it allowed me to claim the Brave badge. It allowed me to get that certificate that said that I successfully completed in jumping 18,000 feet with tandem. I don't know the exact words, but I have a certificate that says that is the highest tandem jump, 18,000 feet, that you can do. And I did it. And my name is on a certificate. Couldn't find it before the show, but I have it. Who did it? Oliver did it. And from facing that fear, from jumping out of that plane, that perfectly working plane, 18,000 feet, it changed my life. How did it change my life? The next one is the fourth one. I was able to gain a clearer perspective on where I was going, what I wanted, how I wanted to get there. And in the process, since I've jumped out of the plane, it's time to do it again. Because I realized how that made me feel and where it propelled me in the moment of my life where I was at that point in time. And although I continuously, when things get rough, I can go back to the feeling of conquering that fear, of jumping out of that plane and how it made me feel and the things that I was able to accomplish after it. There's nothing like hitting the reset button and doing it again. And, a couple weeks back, I did Bible study at my church, and I said sometimes you have to go at things alone. But because I'm very big on personal development and people reaching their potential, whether they see it or not, it's like the gift and the curse. Because I think if I have found skydiving invigorating and beneficial, that you should find skydiving beneficial and invigorating. And that's not necessarily the case. And if you are in a place where you don't like rejection, that'll just make you mad. I think that everybody should do something that is wild and crazy, because it does things to you, for you. It allows you to meet the real you. It allows you to face or conquer your fears. It allows you to claim that bravery badge that you will receive, whether it's an actual badge, whether it's a certificate, or whether it's the fact that you know that you successfully completed ... And once you've done it, it will give you a clearer perspective on your life. It will allow you to see things a whole lot clearer. What's the song? I can see clearly now. So, I would say if I had to give the younger version of me advice, I would say do something that you are scared of, that you have been fearful of, that you're able to address, conquer, see through, obtain your bravery badge, and then do something else. A lot of times we do things and then we either minimize it or we stay in that in the area of that feeling. And although it's not a bad thing, a lot of times we stay too long. And if you stay in a place too long and you're unable to achieve it, appreciate it, and take that momentum and move on to the next thing, we become stagnant. Nobody wants to be stagnant. I know Oliver does not want you to be stagnant in your area, in your life, in any area of your life. But what I do know is, if you take the time to sit down and write out the things that you're scared of or fearful of and how to do them, you have taken an active step in how to conquer your fears.